What's going on, guys? Welcome back to United View. Hope everyone is doing very well. Welcome back to another episode of The Red Carpet, a jam-packed show, a jam-packed panel, because, as you can see in the title, Liverpool Troll Party. You were all invited. You're all invited for an hour's worth of basking in the glow of yesterday's 2-1 victory at Anfield. First time in close to a decade that it's been done. Back-to-back Premier League wins for the first time under Ruben Amorim. First time that's been done. Are we starting to progress? Let's forget that. Let's just celebrate what happened. I've been told already, stay in the moment. Stay in the moment. Big up to the panel. It's a jam-packed show. Big up to Bradley, big up to Scott, big up to James, big up to KG, big up to Dylan, big up to Midder. Flex is on his way. Where do we start? James, I'll start with you. You came in, you had your sunglasses on first. You started the trend. Actually, the entire middle row has got their sunglasses together. It works. Oh, bloody hell, look who's also got their sunglasses. This guy.
It was it. There he is.
Got to pull up. You got to pull up to the troll party correctly, man. It's got to be done.
Well, it's the red carpet. It's a celebration, right? And that's how you celebrate. You get the glasses on. You enjoy it. You live in a moment. And that's what we've got. First win at Anfield since 2016. It's a big one. That was a big win.
Mad.
Big
crazy.
Game.
Has James, is that cardigan? James got a cardigan.
It is.
Really nice. He's ready. He's red carpet ready.
It is. Proper, man. I don't know what I've missed. Back over to you, and I don't know.
We just started. We just started, Flex.
Yeah, we just
started. Okay.
We were actually just talking about the sunglasses when you showed up, so it worked out.
Yes. Yeah, it worked out really, really well. Yeah.
Oh, indeed. Man.
James, you were saying that. How are you feeling after yesterday?
Great. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling good. I've been.
You look it.
I've been waiting for these moments for some time. I've been waiting for this to happen. United had a good game, had a good win. That's what we needed. We needed one of those games to look and say, you know what, something to believe in, something to take, to have and to hold, something we haven't done in a long time, honestly. And look, I'm not making it all about the manager because we've had a lot of different players and a lot of different people in there. But I think there's something very poetic that it's Ruben Amorim doing it. And we scored both goals off probably the two decisions he was criticized most for before the game, from that front line and from starting Harry Maguire. And even more poetic that is Big Harry getting the final goal to win it as well. What a hero Harry Maguire is. What he's come back from. Gotta love the guy. Gotta give him huge, huge credit. Harry Maguire, what a man. What a man, honestly.
He was top.
Yeah.
He was top, man.
He was top. And he was wearing the captain's armband at the end of the game. You noticed that as well?
Yeah,
he was. Got subbed off, yeah.
I want to...
I didn't know he was wearing the armband.
Yeah, he was leading us, bro. Back to the captain, man, in that moment. I wanted to just kind of... Because I started off this morning, kind of doing accountability stuff, A word and that, hands up and all of this type of things. No, fully did. With the, when on the match view, when I was saying like I was an emotional wreck, I was, that KG thing where we say it's like every comment, I'm on the end of it, I'm arguing at them, I'm swearing, like it was an emotional time. I wanted to apologize, but I wanted to big up Scott. In person because I was busy going on to the match view stuff, but I saw Scott's tweet, I think, when you was like...
I said the same thing to him. I said the same thing. Yeah. I said the same thing. As soon as I saw him on Scott's Twitter game, he was really strong yesterday. He played a blinder. Yeah.
Scott, you just don't get emotional. You're just like Scott, over to you. Like, what? Like, just big up you.
What did I say? Like, I didn't like the lineup. I was talking all week about how, Sesko looks good, doesn't he? Like, got to start him. And then that was the one thing that I was really quite bothered about. I'm kind of used to like Yoro being on the bench now. I'm used to Mainu being on the bench. But Sesko, he played really well against Sunderland. Played really well yesterday when he came on for what it's worth as well. It just seemed like going long, it seemed like the thing to do against Liverpool. But when I didn't see him on the team sheet, I saw people like, there's some culprits in this conversation as well, complaining about it. But I was like, I was angry to start with, and then I thought, maybe he has something for us. Maybe he has a plan for us. And I think the era that we're in, or the time that we're in now, is everything Amorim does, you question it because he isn't winning.
Yes.
But now Now he's starting to win. He's won 2 in a row now. The big 2. He's won 2.
3 of the last 4, 4 of the last 6.
3 of the last 4. 4 of the last 6. He's gaining a little bit more trust. Little tiny bit more trust. And it's really hard. It's a really hard time to trust. It really is. But like what he needs is wins like that. That I honestly think that game yesterday is so big for a lot of those players. Maguire was in tears at the end, hearing the fans like call his name, sing his name. Maguire was there for the 7-0. Luke Shaw was there for the 7-0. Bruno was there for the 7-0. I think that was like kind of an exorcism of the demons in a sense. Hopefully. But like, just trust the manager a little bit. He had something for us. And like the plan was not to win the first ball, win the second ball. And it worked a treat.
That literally was it, because we were saying at the start, like without Sesko, you're not going to be able to go long. But then the more the game went on, I think Culture Cams came in the studio as well, and we were saying, it was like, well, it is the tactic. Obviously, you ain't going to win the first ball against Konate and Van Dijk. Let's get players around that and challenge for the second and go play from there, which worked a lot of times. Minna, what are you saying, sis? What's happening?
Yeah, no,
what's happening?
I think it was a good game tactically, like Scott said and a couple of you lot said. When I saw the lineup, I was like, okay, this is interesting. But I think from minute 1, you kind of saw what the game plan was, and I think I said this on my reaction after the game. I think Iriola has given opponents the blueprint on how to beat Liverpool. Just get at Kirkes with your winger or whoever your wide player is. Because and the reason why I'm saying that is because when Bournemouth played Liverpool on the first match day, he switched Semenyo from the left to the right, and obviously that's his former player, so he knows his weaknesses. And I think. And I said this midweek last week in my preview video. I said, if United are going to get anything from the game or create anything, they have to let Ahmad at Kirkes, but also just, I think Virgil van Dijk was in 2 parts during the game. And maybe that's where Sesko not playing or not starting was kind of the difference maker, because Konate and Virgil van Dijk, they didn't have a focal 9 to focus on. So Van Dijk spent a lot of time getting sucked into the midfield, and Manchester United, even though on paper we had Casemiro and Bruno playing there, you had Mason Mount dropping off. In rest defense, Man United were playing with a 5-4-1, and they had 4 midfielders playing very tight to each other, with obviously the wing backs holding the width with the back 5. So I'll give credit to Amorim and the players, but for me it has to be like this victory and the last victory can't be victories in vain. It has to be the turning point, and I'll give credit to Ruben Amorim, because it's like clubs, he got a win at the Etihad, he got a win at the Emirates in the FA Cup, he's got a win at Anfield for the first time in 10 years. But like I said, it's great, it's amazing to win at Anfield, but it can't be in vain. It has to be the beginning of something, a turning point for fans to kind of get behind. And it's going to be an interesting couple of weeks, because the next 5 games is I think, going in with momentum, you're thinking, okay, maybe we can get something out of these 5 games. So it was a good game. It was
Agree. And the manager was saying that himself, in it, in part, like saying it, like you said, it's like tomorrow it means nothing. We have to go again. Gary Neville was saying on his podcast, is like, it's this, but exactly like what Mina said there, has to mean something. Let's go to Mr. KG, Gary the comedian, then Bradley, then Dylan, and then listen, guys, the floor's open. I know everyone wants to get their things out. KG, just before you riff, before you go and run it,
yes,
I want to open up with a question for you, because you was presenting this scenario quite a bit. You were saying, guys, if we win, like, what does it look like? What happens? I haven't quite checked in. I haven't seen it on my timeline yet. I haven't seen anything like that.
No, so just to let you know,
apology,
if you was worrying, I haven't gone crazy. Like I expected. First things I have to do, though, I have to apologize to Scott, because I haven't seen him in weeks. And he said that, and it was in the week that I was fuming with the team. And he tried to play devil's advocate, and I just didn't want to hear it. I was like, there was no week. Right. Hold on, you can't apologize to class or something.
Do you mean it? Do you even mean it, bro? Show us your eyes, man.
Fuming, and he just tried to play devil's advocate, and I said, "Oh, you know what? That's really bad, because it's actually the first time that we've actually been on a show together." I was like,
think about that, actually, literally, like you haven't seen him since. Since last time you saw him, you were predicting us to. I hope we lose against Sunderland next time.
Well, I have to apologize, because it's been a few weeks.
I like that. That's wicked accountability.
No. We have to. But then
I appreciate it, bro.
Listen, again, I'm gonna be emotional. I think it could happen again with this club. Not just if I'm ranting, it's not at you. I just was angry at the club. Now to the good stuff. Yeah. It's been wonderful. I watch ESPN FC, yeah, and I had to watch my guys, Craig Burley, Stevie Nicol, and they were fuming. I watched Keys and Andy Gray. They too were fuming. Everybody has been fuming about this. And you know what they've been trying to do? Everyone's trying to work out these great ways to try and understand why a great player's flopping. And all of a sudden, the new line is, well, pre-season. He didn't have these guys for the full pre-season. He needs more time. Where was that talk for other managers that struggled? I've never heard this before. All of a sudden, they're finding new ways to give these managers or players time. When Rasmus Højlund came to the league and he was struggling to find goals and he was leading the line as a kid, yeah? No one gave a crap about that. You should just be scoring goals. Why did Man United buy him? Now Liverpool are struggling for creativity. I'm hearing lines of, why are they struggling when they got Florian Wirtz? What do you mean you're struggling for creativity? That doesn't make sense. He's a creative player. Surely, all of a sudden, we shouldn't have given Mo Salah the money. But when Man United are rewarding... Remember, there's all these lines that they've done. And now, who's the mercenaries? I remember Carragher complaining that Mo Salah's not signing the contract all of a sudden because flip-flopping happens on a generational level. He's now saying, you've got to take Salah out of the team. Excuse me? Not the man that you've been begging to sign the contract. No, he's got to play. He's got to play as much as he's got. Like, I've loved it. Liverpool fans have been this mini crisis, and we're not the greatest team. The next line is everyone's like, well, can you win against Brighton? We're going to be, I think we are going to be a yo-yo type club. I don't think it's all said and done because still when watching the performance, not just a little like a piece of negativity is, well, where is that performance? Because there was no system talk in that game. All it was everyone dying on the line, trying to make it happen. And Amorim does deserve credit. He made some great changes. And I hated it in the beginning, but there were great changes. And even when he took off Ahmad and Casemiro, I was so happy about it because like he just wants intensity. So yeah, again, well done, Amorim. I'm not all the way I'm not like, yo, Amorim in, but I'm
you don't
like...
even have to have that conversation, I'm saying.
No, but I'm saying, I was impressed with Amorim. That's where I'm at.
Bradley. Bradley. I'm not even going to ask you a question. I'm just saying, Bradley, how you feeling? I am going to ask you a question. How you feeling? That's it.
Great. It was a great day yesterday. As a United fan, there's no better game to win in the Premier League than beating those Scouse gits. I despise them lot. So it was a great win, and I've been very critical of Ruben Amorim, but he got it absolutely spot on because Mason Mount was a brilliant selection in the front three because with Bruno in that central midfield, it leaves a lot of space, and Mason Mount is a high IQ footballer who spotted that and dropped 10 yards back. And Marcel away at Fulham said play a 3-5-2. We played a 3-5-2 yesterday in that game, so he adapted, which is one thing I wanted him to do. And the Cunha decision was absolutely spot on because people were getting onto Cunha's back. I didn't understand that, to be honest, because this guy is a maverick. This guy is this guy is Man United class. He is unbelievable. He was my man of the match. He was top draw. The link-up play in the first half was electric, and we wouldn't have won that game if he wasn't on that pitch. That last 20 minutes after the 2-1, the way how he was winning fouls, the way how he was with the shithousery, the whole lot was absolutely superb from him. And Buemo was brilliant. And them Liverpool fans can hold that because they were calling him Kinder Bueno just for them to score on their head top, so they can hold that and put that in the pipe and smoke it because that is a disgrace for them to sign the German Garnacho for 110 million Great British pounds and then to go and buy the slim, fast Romelu Lukaku for 130 million Great British pounds. That club's a disgrace. It couldn't have happened to a better club. They can hold that, and there's no better feeling than beating those idiots.
That's how he feels.
I like this a lot better than the last ones.
Yeah. Oh, you asked how he was feeling, Flex, and you got an answer.
Oh. Bradley, you're just Bradley, you're just brilliant, man. You're just
you know how
never changed, Fred. Yeah, 100%. Dylan, Mr. District.
Yes,
Talk to us, man.
Bradley, that is the best thing I've ever heard you say. Flat out, one of the best things I've ever said. Honestly, yeah. I'm another one of those ones who's got to put my hands up and apologise a little bit for my pre-match thoughts. I tweeted out that I was fuming that Seska wasn't starting, and then I left that tweet alone. I came back at full time, and I had close to like 500,000 people like viewing the tweet. I was being gone for and everything, and I hold my hands, bro. I was honestly, I've never seen it. I've muted the whole tweet. I'm just going to leave that one alone. And if you said afterwards, I might just stop speaking. I might just stop. I had to.
No.
I just affirmed it. Look, I affirmed it, and I'll happily say that I apologise profusely for my pre-match thoughts. But what it is with that game is it's the first time I've seen Amorim make decisions based off who we're playing, and I'm really, really happy he's done it. Amorim said after the game, he said that he saw that Van Dijk and Konate, obviously everyone knows that two of the best attributes of those pairing is the physicality, right? They can eat pretty much any striker. Like we saw Gyökeres really struggle against. Gyökeres is meant to be some uber physical, fast striker, right? And they ate him alive in that game at Anfield. So Amorim just went, I'm not even going to try. I'm not going to put players near you. And then they were like, all right, what do we do? So you've got Van Dijk then stepping into midfield within a minute, elbowing McAllister, leaving Bruno Fernandes with the ball, and then they can run through. And then Van Dijk then doesn't know if he needs to cover Mbeumo or if it should be Konate covering him. Ahmad's then in a bit of a half space again, where Kirkes is like, I don't know if I'm meant to be going for him or against him. And it just caused them chaos because Slot, he had no idea what to do. He's becoming a bit one-dimensional, isn't he? Slot is. I feel like he's
reminding me of Erik ten Hag.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? He does. Is that just because is it the accent?
No, it's fast. I'm watching
stubborn.
basketball.
Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah,
stuff
it is.
I've seen before. He's inflexible,
I hate
unable
to
to
talk about
adapt.
the elephant in the room. You lot know what it is. You lot know you lot know exactly what it is. Yeah.
Nah, it's just a style of football, mate.
It's like if that doesn't work, he didn't have another plan B. It was I must put more attackers on. The way they were attacking didn't work because of who we had in defence.
He's done the Ralph Rangnick, bro. He goes to the 4-2-2,
let's do it a bit more.
It's not working. He does the 4-2-2 Ragnick Gegen press, bro.
But they didn't try and change how to attack. They just attacked even more the same way. They just put more attackers on the pitch, and they were all just like, what? Cut in, shoot, cut in, shoot, cut in, shoot. That's all they did the whole game. Cut in, shoot. The one time they didn't cut in, they scored. And that's the only time they did it.
Do you know what's crazy about what this man has done, though? Like, this Slot guy is going to start to be looked at a bit more with a lot more attention. Well, he's killing the confidence of his brand new signing in Frimpong, you know? Absolutely.
TK as well, by the way.
Like, no one's talking about the fact Szoboszlai, a midfielder, is playing his position. Did Szoboszlai go to right back? And then he was further.
Yeah, he did.
But Szoboszlai has played right back, even like last season.
He's done that a lot.
He's been good, yeah.
He's done.
And Frimpong played right wing against Galatasaray as well. I know they lost, but he has done that quite a bit, to be fair.
He's
killing. Well, Frimpong came on for Salah.
Yeah. Salah's the one. I was saying, like, something's changing with Salah. Like, I know it's early. It's early. And it's not our concern. Listen,
Flex. It's XG. XG is catching up to him. XG catches up to everybody. It's catching up to him.
No. I think he was just doing. We've had this, guys. We know if anyone knows about players playing for contracts, Man United fans have experienced.
Absolutely.
And
I mean, it's every sport it happens. Every sport. Yeah.
This is it. That was contract year Salah. And he had them literally by the balls, literally, and he had to do something, and he got everything he wanted, and now he's chilling. Doesn't have to go Saudi, getting Saudi money.
This is called Liverpool Troll Party, right?
Yeah,
that's completely accurate. Liverpool are reminding me of what United used to do. Honestly, if anything, it's flipped the other way. United have gone and signed a goalkeeper from bloody Belgium. You know, chucked him in goal for a couple of games. He looks like, I don't want to go overboard on him, but he looks solid. Like, they've identified a player, gone out and brought him in. He looks like all these signings that they've made so far in the summer, probably 4 for 4. They all look like touch.
They're all good. We've seen enough. They're all good.
Liverpool have gone the other way. They broke the transfer record in the country twice, tried to fit them all on the pitch. They signed 2 strikers, signed one striker who's really good, signed another striker for a British transfer record fee. Now the other striker can't get on the pitch. They throw them all together. No tactical outlay. Like, what am I watching? Like, I love it. But like, winning the transfer window is a poison chalice, man.
Isn't it well timed with Klopp's comments today about how United tried to convince him by saying, "Oh, we're just going to sign this guy and sign this guy and sign this guy." Well, that's what Liverpool have done this summer. We went out, got Ekitike, and now we've benched him after he's playing really well for Isak, who's playing like shit, because we just went and just buy players for shitloads of money. United have been a lot more clever, and that is really promising. The 4 for 4 this summer. It's been a hit.
Yeah,
it's been a hit.
I think
Virgil van Donkey.
With the goalkeepers as well, because you mentioned that actually. Yes, there was a bit of a tale of 2 goalkeepers, because I think that might have been like Mamadashvili's first game at Anfield as well. And you get Lomans. You get by the way, does Bradley just have like just an outburst?
He just
said it.
Bradley was sitting there chilling, smiling for ages, and then would just drop the thing and then just go back to chilling. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
No point made as well, just that is.
Yeah, but those Liverpool fans.
What, saying he's the best? They always say he's the best.
You know what's real funny? I rewatched it this morning, speaking of Van Dijk, and there was a point like at 33 minutes when we kept hitting these long balls at their center backs where Kanade hits one back and Casemiro picks up. And I literally watched Van Dijk just go, like middle of the game, head drops, big sigh, like drops his shoulders, like, God damn, this keeps happening over and over.
I said
he was frustrated.
He kicked the ball in the face of Kirkez, and then had to go at Kirkez for, I guess, being there. That the ball got in the way of the ball, your face.
I'm so glad
but yeah,
the
the point I said about the point I said about the goalkeeper was that yesterday you had Mamadashvili, I'm pretty sure it was the first time he played at Anfield. And then you had Senna Lomans at the other end, who second game for United, first time he's played at Anfield. I tell you which goalkeeper I would rather have in net was Lomans. Because even yesterday you saw Mamadashvili, he was a good keeper, but looked a bit nervy, a little bit of...
He dropped one right on Mount, didn't he?
Exactly. I never got that from Lomans yesterday. I always felt that he was confident. I like the fact that he doesn't really take any risks as well. I think obviously the instruction has been go a bit more direct, but I think also that's just out of preference and comfortability. And the difference of having a goalkeeper that we don't know if he's great or whatever, 100%. But just a goalkeeper that you don't have to worry that much about. You know what I mean? It's simple. Even the save he makes from Isak, I don't know if Onana saves that. I don't know if Bayern
goes through him. It goes right through him.
It
really does.
Yeah, exactly.
I was trying to tell you guys earlier, saying, guys, look, man, I hear, even if you like Onana, this, that, and the other, the man's just a problem. He is a hindrance, in the Man United team. He might have some good performances, but there's gonna be a lot of bad ones. The one good thing you can say about Lomans is you don't really notice him, really. He's just doing his job. And that's all you want from a goalkeeper. Just go in there, do your job, catch the ball out. It's not really that much about you. Obviously, Onana, he catches their eyes because of his performances. He might do something cool there. He'll make it, you kind of make a moment about him. And that's what you don't want from a goalkeeper. Bro, those are the outfield players. You don't need to be running up when there's a free kick and saying, shoot over there. Move. Just save it. And what we now have is a goalkeeper that when they break through, he's giving us a chance, because they had a few chances and he was the last line of defense and he actually done his goalkeeping job, which now gives us a chance in many a games. There's a good feeling of it's settled at the back. And at some point, we must talk about De Ligt. There might have to be, I don't know if we're doing written apologies for some Shaw performance. And Shaw being fit is absolutely insane. I don't understand what's going on.
My coins are getting cashed in, man. I was taking a lot of heat from that, but he was really good again.
Him and Reece James
have the season so far.
And I can't believe Shaw is I don't know what's going on.
And we're in that Shaw thing of
well,
like, remember we were saying
let's not go too
far.
Not
too
far.
far.
Luke Shaw
Well,
stuff,
we called out that he had a couple he had a bad game. He played bad against Brentford and City.
Yeah,
but the other games he's been fine. He has actually been absolutely fine.
I thought he was very good against Liverpool too. Like he
was good.
Pretty crucial tackles as well. Yeah.
I think Delict, what I really liked about his performance and his performances in general, especially this season, like his box defending is good. Like, you know, you have to be making sure he's in the right spot at the right time for like basic crosses coming in and across the 6-yard box. He's got to clear it with his weaker foot. Fine, boom, it's going out for a corner. It's going out for a throw. He's getting good connections on it. He's good in the air. I've noticed him be like a lot more aggressive. I know he wasn't playing centre back yesterday, but like his instruction from Amorim, or whether that's him doing it himself, whatever one it is, whichever striker he's playing up against, like he really did it to Gyökeres first game of the season. He's been willing to like step in when we was playing against Fulham, although overall as a team, he wasn't good. He was stepping in on who was the striker that day? Was it Munoz? Was it Muniz? I can't remember who started that day. Yeah. But he just looks more aggressive. And don't get me wrong, he had the bozo moments against Brentford too. They were, you know, he was part of it with Maguire. They were all over the place, and that was the reason why. Let's be honest. When we saw the back three with those two in it, we went against Salah, Ekatike, and Gakpo, and you saw what happened against bloody Thiago, Sharda, and Atara. Like, are you sure you want to do this? And they raised it. Dylan, you're just going to come in.
Yeah, I was just going to say on the Shaw thing, and also I think Mount as well, you know, talking about their fitness. I think that's a symptom of the best thing Amorim has done for us, at least on the pitch, is their fitness, bro. Is this team, I don't know if I'm right in saying, I think we've got the highest percentage of second balls won in the league this season. So it's not necessarily winning these first
one or
balls.
the other,
Wow.
Yeah, we're at the top. It's either the most number of one or highest percentage one. These guys, like last season and under Ten Hag, it was always, we were half a second late, weren't we? Like Casemiro, Ugarte, all these guys, they were half a second too slow. So they were giving away the foul, or they were losing the ball, or they were getting caught out. This season, we are honestly there every single time. Amorim has his faults, I think. There are definitely things that he needs to change, improve and stuff in order to survive long term. But something he needs massive credit for is getting the fitness of this team right up there. Ten Hag couldn't do it. Mourinho couldn't do it. Van Gaal couldn't do it. This guy's got this team fit and playing and just being more consistently able to jump into challenges with a much higher success rate. I think it's so good for us.
Agreed.
It does help. Sorry, Flex. It does help we don't have Europe this year. Like,
for sure. It
does help we don't have Europe, but he is quite careful. You know, he holds players back, takes them off training, this kind of thing, just to protect their condition. Really, really like it.
We need to talk about Casemiro. Casemiro in that first 60 minutes was superb. Like, he looked like Real Madrid Casemiro. Can we play in white every week? Casemiro was outstanding.
It's a good kit. I think it's a very nice kit.
Well, he got the booking. He got the booking. Actually, it was really harsh the booking because he was making up Dallows. Yeah, he's making up
never a booking.
We can't.
That
we
was
we'll leave
that's
Dallas
the funny thing. I was going to say because what's mad is obviously it's our biggest win of the season, but we've played better than we played yesterday and not won this season. Because even in a fantastic result, you're still looking at some individuals like Dallow going, like in the first half, that made, I tweeted it made the 1-0 more impressive was the fact that we were actually playing with 10 men. They were playing with 12. Dallow at one point, he just couldn't stop giving the ball away. Literally, but still managed to get the lead. But yeah, maybe Dallow for another day. I don't want to get too negative. I don't want to get too down.
What play who impressed you in yesterday's game? Like, who stood out for you?
You know what, Cunha. For me, Cunha impressed me because I think people are concerned about stats and, you know, GAs, goals, 007, all of this stuff. But in that last 20 minutes, what Cunha did on the ball, especially for Manchester United, I think is very overlooked. And even him starting up top, I think was a key part for Mbeumo to kind of, I don't want to say capitalize, but disrupt Van Dijk and Kerkez. I think Cunha playing up top was very, very useful for that. And even when even like in defensive transitions, when United were dropping into that 5-4-1 and Cunha was leading that line by himself, and then Mbeumo would step up with him to create a 4-4-2, whatever it was. I think looking at the game across 90 minutes, I think Cunha was very important for Manchester United, and it's not something that's on the score sheet. It's not something like you look at the score sheet and you see the impact. But I think he was very good, and I really like the way that Ahmad and Mbeumo are starting to understand each other. I was quite critical at the beginning of the season, saying the first couple of games I was unimpressed with what I was seeing because they were taking up the same spaces and they were essentially playing exactly the same, which made it feel like United were a man down in attack every single time. But yesterday, I felt like they clicked. It really clicked between the two of them, and I don't know if it was Ahmad going at Kerkez, but even with Mbeumo, if he went out on the far channel, which didn't happen that much, you'd see Ahmad tuck in a little bit rather than come and stand right next to him and just create a 2v1 overload against Kerkez and not really capitalize on it. So I really liked what I saw from the two of them, and I'd say Cunha. Even Mount, I think Mount was good as well. I think Mount was good.
Cunha sets the tone for us so well.
Yeah,
I feel like he's a player that everyone else follows in terms of when he's on it and he's fighting for the ball, everyone else does too.
Do you know what I'm really happy about in terms of recruitment? Yeah, we brought in these mid-table bastards, and they know what to do. Like you see when Van Dijk and McAllister have that clash of whatever that clash was. Yeah,
is Van Dijk 8 GBH?
Mbeumo has one idea. Sorry. Oh, what's happened to me? No,
you're good. We can hear you.
But am I moving?
You're fine. You're good.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Mbeumo has one idea. Get forward, damage him.
Well, now
you're not moving anymore. You're not moving anymore.
We can hear you though. We can hear you.
We can hear you. Yeah, it's like an audio book.
And your mouth is open.
No, don't worry. I'll you lot continue. I'll just get out.
That was amazing. He saw it coming.
How did you know?
That was impressive. Yeah. That was
he did call it.
Yeah,
he did call it. He did.
Yeah, carry on, guys. I'll sort this out.
But no, that bit what I just picked up what Minnie was saying there about Cunha and Ahmad. Like I proper agree with that. Like the only thing I was like, obviously you lot know my lead up into this game about what it was about. But like the one thing I was actually being serious about 100% was like, please Amorim, please just play those two on the right. Please, like don't go too like conservative. Don't just go, Dallo on the right, Dorgu just or maybe even be tempted to get Mazraoui back, fast track him a little bit because he's got a bit of know-how. You just want to be secure. Just play Ahmad with Mbeumo down that side, because I think going forward, once they keep clicking, once they keep growing together and that relationship blossoms, like a lot of people aren't going to want to see that down the sides.
Well, this is the thing I was trying to say, because I was talking about Mbeumo, why he's got that mindset, but then Cunha, he's all these guys that we kind of brought in fit the Man United shirt. Like I was actually, there was moments in the game when I was thinking this could be either Garnacho or Rashford in that left 10, and we're not getting this type of performance. We're getting, I don't know, when we go down, yeah, there was nothing in Cunha's mind to say shit, panicking. In Mbeumo's mind to say, panicking.
Amorim said that, didn't he? Remember Amorim said that a couple of interviews ago. He goes, they come from a different culture whereby when the times get shit, their way of expressing that is give me the ball.
They're used to it. But that's because they've gone through it. These lower down Wolves know every game is a fight. Brentford know if we don't put 100% effort in, we're leaving with nothing. So you got players with a mentality of we always have to fight is what you get. So you're seeing the shithousery. He knows what to do. They've been under Kosh against probably most sides in the Premier League, which is a good thing. And now you're adding players like De Ligt that just have a monster mentality. And I'm hoping it starts to Mason Mount as well. You got to put him in that thing of he just won't stop going. So now the ingredient, you're like, oh, there's a few players here that are going to give their all, but we just need to see this consistently. And that's the one thing where there is a full stop of you lot have this performance. The reason why Amorim does this whole, I hate them sometimes, is, well, yesterday we wasn't talking about system, and system could have been important, but them man just done the damn job. They actually
basics.
They done the job, which is crazy. And he must be thinking, wait a minute. So you lot can do this. What the hell? When we play Brighton, I need to see the same intensity, guys. I don't know about you lot, But in that Brighton game, they better not drop the whole like I want to see a Liverpool Arsenal performance. I don't want to see a Grimsby performance. I don't see a Brentford performance. This is what I want from this Man United side.
Yep.
This is why I think that the issues have always been cultural rather than tactical. Like it's the big thing for me. It is the big thing. And what Amorim said after the game yesterday was, well, is this finally the turning point? I don't know. He doesn't know. He doesn't know what team he's going to get next week. But this is the thing that he's working on. Like, these players are so much better than they've been showing. They are. It's about the attitude. It's about the application. Like, if you look at the league table now, right, I think City are third and United are 3 points behind, second or third or something like that.
3 points off,
yeah. They're all separated by about 3 points.
Easy with the math.
What I'm saying is that all of these teams are pretty good. So if you don't turn up and have your head in it, you get beat. That's what he's battling against. That's what United need to do every week. Show that level of application. And because they haven't got a midweek game or anything like that, there's no excuse why they shouldn't. So we should be expecting them to turn up every week.
We can't just say the manager has adapted, because while we say things were wrong, there's been some adaptation been made in this game. There's another thing. Obviously, I don't know if you lot want to talk about Bruno, but I started getting mad at him when he started turning the ball over.
Second half, I was like, he needs to come on.
He had a really bad 10 minutes there. Really bad right before.
No, but he looked like it was time to get rid of him, because it looked like, oh my God, he's tired. I just felt he's reached his maximum. He can't do any more. And then Bruno did the Bruno special, where it's like, oh, here you go. Amazing. Why are you?
But then he subbed him right away too, which was
it was so good.
It was a good decision.
He's making these calls that he wouldn't have made 6 months ago. Like he's not doing this stuff 6 months ago, but he is now.
Like you say, he has changed and adapted certain things. Because one of my big thing, even as a belief, and I'm more in line, obviously, with Scott on this point of this mental aspect. I think it's 90% of it is mental, but there is another factor in this, which is like, the biggest thing I wanted Ruben to do in every single game, personnel wise, why I didn't get heated at the lineup, put Ahmad on the right. Don't play two fullbacks. We lose every time you play two fullbacks. It never works. Every big game, you're going with two fullbacks instead of Ahmad out there, and we lose. I spent years watching him at Sporting. I watched him play two wingers against Manchester City in the Champions League. So why you come to Manchester United and get scared and play fullbacks when you have wingers you could put out there to play with the attack? He's done that now. And I liked his comments on taking Ahmad off too, where he confirmed it was just the yellow, being one-on-one, man-to-man against Gakpo out there with the yellow. That's the only reason he didn't keep him. He wants to keep him out there. That confirms for me he's got it. He's willing to keep being brave. It wasn't just protect the lead. He wants to have that winger out there, have that attacker out there. And it also is about forming those relationships like you're talking about with Ahmad and Mbeumo. Well, think about the rest of the team too here, right? Like that back three, well, it's a back three, but it's been different back three, different matchups for years. We had Maguire and Lindelof was like our longest serving partnership back there. These guys are starting to form relationships together, that they're starting to trust each other, when to step, when to move, all of that. We should see improvement there. And the same up front. You can see all this talk like with Cunha, how important he is to the team. Part of that is that too. He's doing smart things, but he's doing smart things knowing where Mbeumo's going to be, knowing where Mount's going to be, knowing where everybody's going to be, so he can support them properly. And it almost can go unnoticed because he's not scoring, but it's huge for putting the team together. So time, work together, forming those bonds and relationships. And I think a win like this will turn them around mentally. I'm telling you, you can draw a line in our league form from the 7-0 at Anfield down. You can draw a line, a straight line down from that point. Our league form has never recovered from that game. And now I think these are the types of wins you need to start to change people's minds and grow a bit.
Question to Bradley, Dylan, Minna, Scott, the panel basically. In the next game against Brighton,
everyone.
In the next game against Brighton, what do you do with Sesko? Do you stick with what we've seen, or do you say, "Hey, Sesko,
you start him"?
I would have
start Šeško.
1 second, just before you guys answer that question, 2 seconds. Let me just get the super chats out and the members chats out, and we're going to resume from that point there. Bradley, obviously, he's going to answer KG's question there. Tyler Boy Comics says, I'm bringing jollof rice. What's that? Fufu soup? Is that KG? To the party? Is that what? Is that it?
I don't know what pepper soup. No, pepper soup. No, not
fufu.
Pepper soup.
When
he said
right,
fufu,
okay.
I was like, where did you see fufu?
Yeah, I didn't know how to pronounce that. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, pepper soup. There you go.
I thought he couldn't read with the glasses on. I thought he couldn't read.
It's just the Caribbean night, Caribbean African. I needed to translate. I needed it. Lucas says, I have a song for this win. When I find myself in times of trouble, Man United comes to me speaking of words of wisdom. 3-4-3. I'm not even going to sing it in that song. And in my hour of darkness, Ruben Amorim standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom. Lucas, you put some work into that. Oh, big up to you as well. I see you there.
That deserves an applause, actually. That's fantastic.
All the right tones and everything.
Yeah,
it's really good.
Big up to you, Lucas. Big up to you, man. Enjoy. Michael says, never normally for the shades. But there'll be dippers watching today, so please be insufferable. Big up to the panel. But we must beat Brighton. Of course, it goes without saying. We must. Sass says, man like KG gets his chair. We thank God. Get a real life chair.
They tried to say, can you sell an expressions chair? Because he didn't. I said, no. I need an unboxing, bro. I need a new chair. That chair better be
new chair.
Oh, God's sake.
This guy.
You know
Mason, and he always blames the other people.
He always blames the person for calling.
It's the person I do a podcast with every week, bro.
Yeah, but
I work at this time.
Yeah, but KG,
you know you can silence your phone. It's got this vibrate feature. You just push this button and it.
You know you got Apple Watch. You just press the little moon symbols called "Do Not Disturb." Mason says, I'm very encouraged with Dorgu's progression. Nothing too flashy, but he can be a big player for us as he develops. Well played, lads. Nessie, been a member for 39 months, says, Eric 10 slot getting exposed this season. Big up this panel and UV fam. Eric 10 slot. Aminor says, I work in Liverpool and spoke to fans. The one thing they say is that our front three and Ahmad are top class. I want to see that against Brighton, please. We definitely want to see it. Glenn C says, James said it best in a tweet weeks and weeks ago. The further Liverpool get away from Klopp and more towards Slot, the worse they look. And Dwayne, big up to you, bro. Says Bruno started making mistakes when Ugarte came.
That's crazy. That's what I'm saying about
gaslighting.
That guy will get blamed for everything.
I thought Ugarte was decent when he came on.
Yeah, he was.
He made good tackles at 2 clearances.
Yeah, you can't do that one today, Dwayne. Bruno was moving mad for that little 10-15 minutes. I was going, oh my God, get him off.
That free kick?
Yeah, the free kick, which led to the counter-attack. Then he just got the ball back again, gave it away. Like, he was just moving mad. But it was a Bruno special of when you don't take him off. Like, if you want someone in that moment to provide a big boy assist, perfectly weighted, on the volley, instinctive.
Outrageous assist.
It's actually a crazy assist. But back to what KG was asking. Bradley, you was about to answer it when KG was saying, you know, what are you doing next game with the likes of Sesko, was it, KG? Is that what he said?
Yeah, I wouldn't play Sesko. And the reason why I wouldn't play Sesko is because he's not going to drop his captain in the midfield after a win at Anfield. So I think if Cunha and Mbeumo play in the 10, they stay further forward. They don't actually drop into the midfield. And Bruno likes to go up further forward. So it leaves a massive gap in the midfield. I actually think to get the best out of Bruno and Casemiro, I think Mount has to play in that 10 because he drops 10 yards back, which helps the midfield. And you can't drop Cunha after that performance. So that's why I wouldn't play Sesko. If you was going to play a Kobe Mainu and a Casemiro, then I would play Sesko because then I wouldn't worry about the midfield as much. But because Bruno's going to vacate that midfield, I think you're going to have to play Mason Mount and you have to play Cunha.
What do you think, Minna? After a game like that where the front three was so imperative to what we was trying to do, but that's not really how we want to play at home. Like, obviously the pressing and stuff like that, but in terms of like out of possession, flat back five, you know, being compact at home against Brighton, who are a very good team, how we played yesterday, because even Amorim was touching on that as well. Like, that's not how we're going to be able to play. Do you keep the same front three because they've done something that we ain't done in 9 years, or do you go, nah, you put Sesko back in? And
I think you play your striker. I think if you guys watch Brighton over the last couple of games, I think they play with Dunga and Van Heck as a centre back pairing, and I think on the weekend, Waldemade, I think is sorry if I've said his name.
Voltemade.
Voltemade, there we go. Apologies before the pronunciation police get me. I think he did a good job kind of not putting up a fight against them, but I think it kind of occupied them enough. And I think, with the ball, especially like Van Heck, because the way Brighton play is so direct, especially with their wide channels. Ayari and Baleba play as a double pivot, but you got Ayari plays quite actually forward. So if you have your target man in Sesko who's able to win his aerial duels, and let's not get it twisted, he's good on the ball too. For a guy that's that tall, he's very silky and elegant on the ball. I think you go with him, but there's nothing wrong with having options if it's not working. If it ain't working, it's always good to have options off the bench. I also think it'll be hopefully good to have him kind of firing in some goals, hopefully, because you want him to get on the score sheet, you want Cunha to get on the score sheet, etc., etc.
What are you saying, Scott?
I think you have to try and gain control.
Oh, come on, Brad.
I think you have to try and gain control. So I think with Mason Mount, I actually think Cunha is a better player than Mason Mount, and I think Sesko is a out and out number 9. And in the long term, I would be looking to play Sesko. But I think in this game where Brighton are good in midfield, and he's never going to drop Bruno, so that's my mindset going into the game. I think you have to look at trying to get the best out of him because he's going to play.
Do we think Baleba's going to have a worldie or a stinker?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Is he even going to play? Is he even going to play? He might be on the bench, something like that. Also, just to highlight, Minna's a disgrace. Look at her going straight into the chat.
Yeah, she always does that. Minna always draws for that one. Don't let her.
I get just as much shit for being American about my pronunciations too. How am I supposed to know like 18 different dialects over a break?
Pronunciating stuff.
Nah, but when Minna wants to chuck it and say mad stuff, there's no English is not my first. She's fine. As soon as there's a little bit of controversy, sorry guys.
Well, he's German though. I mean, he's not even English, so it's like
German ain't my first language either.
What's beautiful as well, by the way, that we must talk about. And the media are not going to do it, so I will. I want to talk about leadership because they keep talking a lot, about players that let themselves down, especially in a big fixture like that. And when you really look at some of the Virgil van Dijk's antics yesterday, it needs to be addressed. This man injured his own player, didn't get up, didn't track back, kicks the ball in another guy, and he's blamed. He's supposed to be looking after Kirkes. Kirkes is a brand new signing, just joined Liverpool. He's supposed to make, he's supposed to kind of mentor him through it. He's been the shittest mentor I've ever seen, bro. It is disgraceful what he's doing. It's the Flex, you love to use this word, accountability. The lack of accountability and guiding players through has been disgusting. And the media, they're chilling. They're letting it go. You lot talk about it. He's directing traffic. Why is he doing that?
What did you say, Sesko?
He's fallen off. He's fallen off. His athleticism has fallen off, and so he's doing this like, I'm pointing where to go because he can't do it.
I've said it so many times. Van Dijk's got this. Listen, I don't think when you start criticizing him, people who obviously say he's the GOAT and stuff like that, they get really offended and they think you're saying he's shit and he hasn't been one of the best of this generation, the best of this Premier League. Like all of that stands, but he has these moments quite a lot where he's so passive and doesn't want to engage and he wants help, and it comes across as aura sometimes of look how in control of the situation it is. No, it's not. It's not. It's sometimes he's like, help me. You know what I mean? I'm not going in there. And now that, like you say, that whole passing of the buck to other players and stuff, it's not happening. And Roy Keane said it. He said it yesterday. Starts with the man in the mirror, mate. Because like you said, no one was really saying it. And he goes, it starts with the man in the mirror. What's he doing? He comes in there and talk about Man United. And before the game, he wants to exploit this. When we drew 0-0, remember he was giving it that only one team wanted to play. He was so angry we didn't play the game how he wanted us to play the game so they could pump us 7-0 again. Then the 2-2, he had that same kind of vibe, like, yeah, it's a low block, this, that, and the other. And now he's not even taking care of his own performances, bro. I'm 100% with you.
Konate was better than him yesterday. Konate
was good yesterday.
And he was good yesterday. He was.
Did you see that combined 11 on Sky Sports?
No, I didn't see it.
They basically, on the Saturday social, they went, we're going to do a combined 11 based on form this season. And they left out De Ligt, even though he's been the best centre-back in the Premier League this season, and put in Virgil van Donkey. That's a disgrace.
It's an agenda, Brad.
No, it's not. It's not an agenda. He literally turned Alexis McAllister into Buzz Lightyear. He had that hat on, and then he played wide. He was wired to the moon after that. It was awful.
The best thing you can do with that kind of stuff. The best thing you can do with that kind of stuff is not give it oxygen. Like it's there to rile you up. It is there to rile you up. I know that it is. It's there to rile you up. And it often goes back in their face anyway, like.
Although Scott, I saw speaking of the Twitter game, I saw you getting riled by it yesterday after the match.
Yes, sometimes I do. But no, it's not so much that. It's the coverage in the sense of United have just won a game at Anfield for the first time in nearly a decade, and all they spent talking their time about was Liverpool. There was 15 minutes worth of United coverage in about an hour and a half. I had to wait an hour for Ruben Amorim to speak.
That's so true. You didn't see the interview for ages.
I didn't see it for ages because I was just talking about Liverpool, asking the same question over and over again. But yeah, Liverpool in general, I don't know whether we're going here, but the amount of nonsense coming out of Slot's mouth, how they sit on their high horse about the way that you should play football. I love it. I absolutely love it because they usually teams do this to us a lot. They play a striker and then they take him out against us. What are we meant to do? Amorim rattled him from the start. I love it.
The slot machine has gone kaput.
Yeah, it has. D says Amorim said his team lack mentality, and he is spot on. The focus needs to be on helping them to find the internal drive to show up. Once that happens, whether it's Grimsby or Liverpool, we will ball. Bobby G says Virgil van Dijk with the Bluetooth defending. Ronnie Dodge says hopefully we see Sheer Lacey's debut soon. It would be amazing to see that. And Greg says lying awake at 3:51 a.m. in Seoul. Still buzzing from yesterday. What a win. I'd love to visit there one day. What a win. Liverpool and their fans deserve this. Cry more, drama queens. And I can hear obviously loads of fireworks outside my house. Shout out to anybody celebrating Diwali today as well. Was it yesterday as well? I heard fireworks going off yesterday as well. I think it was yesterday as well. So yeah, big up to anyone who's celebrating that. But the slot thing is really funny to see, because basically last year, obviously he's won the league, but even in the early months of him, he was just speaking so well, calm character, and he'd won everybody over. Not because obviously there hadn't been enough time to pass of actually winning the league, but the early impressions of him, even from our fans and just people who hate, you go, he talks all right, he's all right, he's this, that, and the other, but you want to hate him obviously. But that's when everything's going good. Now we're starting to see him, even before the game, he tried it. He tried the condescending, I haven't seen any teams in any leagues play how Man United play, basically, and win the league. That's not really, that's the way they play is basically reserved for the big teams,
Which is hilarious, though, isn't it? Then you won't win the league playing like that. We're miles off winning the league. We're not doing it to win the league. It's the typical Jurgen Klopp used to do it as well, which is basically post-match. They didn't let us beat us. I don't know why. I don't know why they set. I can't believe they set up to win. Unbelievable. Set up to try and get something out of the game. How dare they? They used to do it all the time. Whenever you play like Simeone, I was anti-football. And the thing is, it's like going direct is this bad thing. You can't play football like that. What's wrong with it? I don't know about you. I'm tired of passing up from the back. No real chances, this, that. And it's boring. That's why I never was the biggest fan of watching Man City or Pep's teams in their pomp. I used to find the football quite dull. You know what I mean? They suffocate the game to death and then wait for the spaces to open up. Maybe it's just old school, Barclays football, but go long. If you've got a quick player, he can run off the back of it, go win second balls. And if it works, it works. And it worked for us yesterday. What should we do? Go there and try and play like prime Barca and just lose? Like, no, we'd be criticizing Ruben for doing that. That's why Ruben deserves credit. He went there, had a game plan to get something out of it, and he did. And he's just cracking under pressure slot, 4 losses in a row. Not since Brendan Rodgers that happened, I think.
There were some moments in the game, actually, where United did pass it round at the back, and you invite Liverpool's pressure straight on. And then I had the fear of God struck into me. I was like, get it out. Like,
it was just before Bruno missed. It was just for Bruno.
To be fair, we actually
short.
played through them, and Bruno missed that chance on the cutback. It was actually a really good moment too.
You know what's embarrassing as well, since we're at it, yeah? I've never heard people do this more. Like, if they scored those chances, what do you mean if we scored our chances against Spurs, we'd be in the Champions League. We didn't. I don't want to hear this if.
Up at the table if we scored against us.
If Man United played like, I don't know, we took our chance against Arsenal, we would have won that game as well. They gave so many ifs for Liverpool. I couldn't believe it. I honestly, the if count was crazy because it was undeserved. Yes, Gakpo hit the post 3 times, but he's sloppy. His finishing was sloppy.
Well, and also, what's with that, KG? I don't have people were using that to try and criticize United. If you're going to go to Anfield and get anything, you're going to have to get a bit of luck. No team goes there and just completely dominates Liverpool in a year. From start to exactly. It doesn't happen. If you go to a big team away from home, you're looking at, can we get maybe a couple of decisions go away? Can they miss some chances? Maybe they hit the post. Maybe our goalkeeper bails us out. That's how it goes, isn't it? So I don't even think that's
even under Sir Alex, even like that.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, exactly. Tried it, man. Sometimes you got to try and watch out because that's the narrative. Like, if they scored those goals, I don't think the new one was Man United weren't that good because if Cody Gakpo takes all those chances, they would have lost that game. Nothing's changed in Man United. It's like, wait, don't try it, guys. Because
United gave as good as they got, I thought.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. And I know
we're king of hypotheticals as well. Like you said, KG, we've had enough of them over the last 12 months.
Bruno
so and so would have scored this,
exactly. If second place if Bruno makes his pens right now. Second place.
So many.
Oh.
Yeah.
Give us the Champions League qualification on that.
Yeah.
Kristen says, didn't the goalpost get more touches with the ball than Isak? Yeah, that's it. Exactly, man. You got man like Harry Maguire, he scored more goals at Anfield this year than Wirtz and Isak. You know what I'm saying?
They're calling him Misak now. His new name's Misak.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. And listen, so good, it is. It's crazy that we won that game. I just really hope it's a turning point. Like, they've got
one more crazy stat.
Yeah,
is that the 3 games we lost in the league this season, we conceded on the first or second shot against us. Wow, and so when we don't, we've won 4 and drawn once. When we don't concede on the first or second shot. So you take just having a decent goalkeeper in Senna Lamens to just,
it gives everyone so much confidence.
That little save in the beginning of the game keeps it going, keeps you in it, and we go forward. Have
you seen how they've been reacting to Le Mans on the pitch? These players in these 2 games, they love him.
Always going up to him.
Love that guy. Going up to him big time. Full time. Xerxes was jumping on him and giving him the slaps and everything.
Yeah, it is
love
good.
it.
And I'll admit that because I was concerned that this kid that we haven't heard of, Royal Antwerp, let's just wait. Do you know what I mean? And I'm so glad that I'm looking at him going, wow, do you know what? It is early doors, so you can't get too carried away. But the initial concerns that I had where I was like, I don't know, man, can't just stick a kid from Royal Antwerp that's not played at this kind of level. Yeah, I mean, I was looking at comps and I was like, is there fans? I don't know what there was hardly, you know what I mean? You can. So yeah, no, big up to him, man. He's a proper calming influence.
I was impressed with the communication.
Yeah. He's on
because
it. He's on it with them.
There was one cross into the box, and De Ligt was about to clear it out for a corner, and Senny Lemons went, "No, it's my ball," and De Ligt left it, and he caught the ball. If that was Anana or Bayandera in goal, De Ligt would have cleared that for a corner because they wouldn't have communicated. So he was very commanding in his penalty box.
Yeah. No, he was, and long may it continue.
They just trust him.
Yeah, they do. Greg says, come visit Seoul. Come visit Soul Flex. Will cause havoc in the Liverpool fan pub here. They have you'll never drink alone on the sign outside. Right, trying to go to the Liverpool pub, but yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. I'm definitely trying to come Soul though. Kieran says no one cares for ifs and buts. If United beat Arsenal on the opening day, we'd be joint top. There you go. Perfect way to round it off. Guys, big up to each and every single one of you in the chat for getting involved. You lot, this is your day. This is our day. Enjoy it. It can spill through to tomorrow. It can spill through to the next game. Do you know what I mean? We don't have Champions League games or European games to start going. So as far as we're concerned, when all them teams have moved on and they've played another fixture, we're still like, see what happened on Sunday, mate. Don't care.
We hate watching on Liverpool.
Liverpool haven't even got 4-5 losses in a row, whatever it is, because they've won the next game against Schalke. Not Schalke. They're playing Frankfurt. Don't care, mate. Yeah. Your last game was your last league game, mate. So don't care. Yeah. So yeah, enjoy it, people. Big up to the panel. Big up to Bradley. Big up to Scott. Big up to Dylan. Big up to Minna. Big up to KG Reckless Sports. KG the comedian Gary, and of course, big up to James the Muppeteer, and of course Owen. You guys, big up yourselves, man. Go show love to everybody. All the links are there. We will see you tomorrow morning. Is that everything? Was there one more? Sorry, Kyle just came through. Big up to you, Kyle. It's late. It says playing out from the back is boring. Possession is boring. Modern football is boring. But that's how you win trebles. Amorim is a Pomo football. What's that short for, though?
I have no idea.
The Pomo in football is point of most opportunity, but I don't know what he means of it in that bit. But there you go. Big up to you, Kyle. Everyone, enjoy your evening. I don't know if you're going to go watch West Ham, see if they win. I don't know what you're doing, but go and chill. Mina's probably going to go and do gaming or mash some people up online.
No, I'm going to go watch the fireworks outside my house.
Oh, you're going to get the freeness.
Yeah,
get the fireworks.
Nice.
All right, people. Big up, man. We are out of here. Take care. Peace.